Imagine standing in front of a city so massive. Its walls seem to touch the sky. Now imagine looking up and seeing human beings so huge, they looked like walking mountains. The men of Bani Israel stood there shaking in fear, because what they saw that day would change their destiny forever. This is the terrifying story of the Jabbaran, the giant nation that believed nobody on earth could defeat them. But in the end, their power could not save them from Allah. In human history, there were nations Allah blessed with unbelievable strength, power, and authority. Some nations became grateful, others became arrogant. And when arrogance enters the heart, destruction is never far away. One of those nations was the tribe of Jabbaran, also known as the Amalekites. The word Jabbaran itself carries the meaning of overpowering, mighty, and unstoppable. These people were feared across the ancient world. According to some historical narrations and traditions, they were described as having extraordinary size, immense strength, and a brutal nature. According to historical traditions, many people described them like giants walking across the earth. Their cities were enormous. Their castles stood like mountains. Their gates were built from iron and stone. And their armies? People believed nobody could stand against them. The Jabbaran were believed to inhabit and control parts of Canaan and the surrounding regions of Sham through force and fear. Wherever they ruled, oppression followed. Weak people were crushed. Poor people were humiliated. Justice disappeared. And the more powerful they became, the more arrogant they grew. They believed their strength made them untouchable. But history has shown something again and again. No matter how powerful a nation becomes, when people forget Allah, their own power becomes the reason for their destruction. And soon, the Jabbaran were about to face a test they never expected. After years of slavery under Pharaoh, Allah finally rescued Bani Israel through Prophet Musa. They witnessed miracles with their own eyes. The sea split open before them. Pharaoh's army drowned. Allah saved them from humiliation and torture. But freedom was only the beginning. Ahead of them was another test. Allah promised them a blessed land, a holy land filled with goodness and barakah, the land of Sham. But there was one terrifying problem. That land was controlled by the Jabbaran, the giant nation nobody dared challenge. Bani Israel had spent generations as slaves. Deep inside, fear still controlled many of their hearts. And now they were being asked to face warriors described like mountains. So Prophet Musa, peace be upon him, selected 12 leaders from among the tribes of Bani Israel. He gave them one mission.
Go into the land, see what is there, then return with the truth.
The men traveled toward the cities of Jabbaran. At first, everything looked normal, but as they got closer, their fear slowly began to grow. The walls became taller. The trees looked enormous. Even everything around them seemed larger than anything they had seen before. Then sunset arrived. Orange light covered the giant fortress walls, and suddenly, massive shadows appeared above them. The men froze. Slowly, giant figures stepped forward, human beings, but unlike any people they had ever seen. According to historical narrations, they possessed enormous builds, massive shoulders, and towered over those who stood before them. Some historical narrations also describe the fruits of that land as unusually massive. It was as if everything there felt larger than life. And then something happened that completely shattered the courage of the scouts. According to some historical narrations, men from the Jabbaran captured them with ease. The Israelite leaders looked tiny beside them, like children standing before giants. The Jabbaran laughed at them.
So these are the people who came to fight us?
At that moment, fear entered their hearts completely. and that fear would soon spread through all of Bani Israel. The scouts rushed back to Prophet Musa. Their faces were pale, their voices shook with terror, and instead of bringing hope, they spread panic.
These people will crush us! We cannot fight them! We will die if we enter that land!
Fear spread through the camp like wildfire. People started crying, complaining, panicking. And this is what makes the moment so shocking. These were the same people who had already witnessed Allah's miracles. They saw the sea split. They saw Pharaoh destroyed. They saw Allah save them with their own eyes. Yet now, standing before giant warriors, their faith became weak again. Some of them even said something heartbreaking.
We were better off as slaves in Egypt.
After Allah rescued them from torture and humiliation, they wanted to return to slavery because fear controlled them. But not everyone lost faith. Two righteous men stood firm, Yusha bin Nun and Caleb bin Yuhanna. While everyone else was panicking, these two men spoke with courage. They reminded the people of Allah. They said,
"Do not fear them. Allah is with you. Yes, they are physically strong. But strength means nothing when Allah's support is gone."
Their words carried truth, because real power was never about muscles, weapons, or giant bodies. Real power comes from Allah alone. But fear had already poisoned the hearts of many people. Instead of listening, Bani Israel turned against them. Then they said words so disrespectful. They were mentioned forever in the Quran. They told Prophet Musa,
As long as those giants are there, we will never enter. You and your Lord, go fight them! We are staying right here.
Imagine the pain of Prophet Musa hearing those words from his own people. A prophet who sacrificed everything for them. A prophet who led them out of slavery. A prophet who constantly prayed for them. And now, they abandoned him because they feared giant men more than they trusted Allah. That moment changed everything, because fear can destroy nations faster than any enemy, and Allah revealed His judgment. The Holy Land would now be forbidden for them for 40 years. 40 years. Not because the enemy was stronger, but because their faith became weaker. Then began one of the strangest punishments in history. Bani Israel wandered through the desert for decades. According to traditional narrations, they would walk all day searching for a way out, searching for cities, searching for escape. But according to traditional narrations, every evening, they somehow returned to the same place again. Over and over, day after day, year after year, the desert became their prison. During those 40 years, the generation that refused Allah's command slowly disappeared. Many died in the sands of the wilderness. Even Prophet Musa and Prophet Harun passed away during this period. And slowly, a new generation was raised. A generation stronger in faith, a generation no longer chained by the fear of slavery. Then leadership came to Yusha bin Nun. And this time, everything changed. The day finally arrived. Bani Israel marched toward the cities of Jabaran once again. The same cities that once terrified them. The same walls that looked impossible to conquer. The same giant nation the world feared. But now their hearts were different. This time, they trusted Allah. And when faith becomes stronger than fear, miracles happened. Battle after battle unfolded. The giant walls fell. The mighty castles collapsed. The pride of Jabaran shattered before the decree of Allah. The nation that once believed nobody could defeat them was destroyed. Not because another nation was physically stronger, but because arrogance never survives against the will of Allah. Faith defeated power, and Allah fulfilled His promise. Bani Israel finally entered the blessed land of Canaan and the surrounding regions of Sham. But the story was not fully over. Some survivors from the Jabaran remained alive in nearby regions, and generations later, another giant tyrant would rise. His name was Jalut. known in other traditions as Goliath, a massive warrior feared by entire armies. But once again, people forgot the lesson. No matter how terrifying the enemy appears, nothing stands against trust in Allah. During battle, Prophet Dawood stepped forward with complete faith, not with giant armor, not with massive weapons, only with certainty in Allah. And with a single strike from his sling, Jalut fell, the giant collapsed, and another arrogant tyrant became history. Today, the world still lives through conflict, oppression, war, and suffering. Powerful people still believe strength makes them untouchable, and weak people are still oppressed in many parts of the world. But the story of Jabbaran teaches something timeless. Power without faith leads to destruction. Arrogance blinds people from truth, and fear can destroy an entire generation before any enemy even attacks them. The people who trusted Allah survived. The people controlled by fear were left behind. And maybe that is the biggest lesson of all. Sometimes the real giant standing in front of us is not an army, not a nation, not even another human being. Sometimes the real giant is the fear inside our own hearts, and only trust in Allah can defeat it.
If this reminder touched your heart, make sure to share this video. And subscribe Islamic Legacy for more powerful stories that bring history to life.